Hi, everybody. So I am just going to run through some of the new features and new look and feel of Windows 11 with you. So I'm going to move pretty quickly through some things, and if you can save your questions to the end, I'll try to answer them as best I can. So as you can see here on my screen, I have Windows 11 running in this little window that I'm shaking, and I also have Windows 11 running behind it. I need both of those to show you some of the features. But one of the first things you'll notice when you log in is it looks very similar to your Windows 10 desktop. You still have all of your icons and the same wallpaper that you had. But one of the first things that you may interact with is the taskbar down here. So this is the area with all your icons and the clock and the start button here. And you'll notice that you cannot move the start menu or the taskbar anymore. You can't resize it. You can't make it bigger, smaller. You can't change the size of these icons. And one of the big things is you cannot move the start menu or the taskbar to the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen or the top. It's just not possible in Windows 11. After you get used to the new taskbar, you'll notice the new start menu and search bar here. So if we click the start menu, you'll see a new layout here with pinned apps at the top and recommended apps and documents here at the bottom. So the recommended section will dynamically change based on previous documents and applications that you've opened, whereas the pinned section here is up to you to choose what programs you want to appear in this pinned section. So you can pin any app you want by just finding it in the start menu, by clicking the All Apps button here, and then right-clicking it and pin it to start. So if we go back, now you can see the program is now pinned in the pin section. You can also use the search button to find any program that you want or file even. This search is global, so it will search your computer for any documents or any programs. Again, once you find a program you want, you can open it right from there, from the search, or you can even pin it to your taskbar from the right-click menu. Another change that you will probably use quite often is the sign out and reboot and shutdown features. So sign out is located under your name now. So you can sign out or lock your computer from this menu. And to shut down or restart, there is the power button here. You can choose to shut down and restart from there. There is a few options to customize the taskbar and start button. So you can access that by going to Start, Settings, Personalization, and you'll see here there's a Start options and taskbar options. So for the Start menu, there's a few options such as adding more pins or more recommendations to the Start menu, or just leaving it as the default that it's at. You can show your most used apps. You can add some folders, such as maybe you want to access the pictures folder quite often. You can add those options, and the pictures folder now appears down here. As for taskbar options, just find that again. Personalization, taskbar. So you can hide the search box completely, make it smaller. So I've made it just a search icon, or I can hide it completely. And you can also go to the taskbar behaviors here, change the taskbar to go into the center if you prefer that. And you can change a few options for the badges or combining the taskbar buttons, those kind of options there. All right, one other thing you might notice is the clock area. I know a lot of people use the clock to quickly bring up the calendar, and you can do that here by clicking the clock. You'll notice that the calendar is minimized for the very first time you open it, so you may want to maximize it here so you can see the calendar. You'll also see some notifications appear up here, so Outlook notifications, Teams notifications may appear up here. One thing to point out, though, is that the click for the calendar option on the clock only works on your main screen. So this clock down here that I have, it doesn't work because this is my secondary screen. So just keep that in mind. The clock calendar thing only works on the main screen. Another item you'll notice down here is the volume controls are now located here, and your Wi-Fi controls will also appear in here as well. So your volume is here and your Wi-Fi controls will also be here. This computer that I'm testing on doesn't actually have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, so that's why those items aren't showing up here. All right, and next big change is the right-click menu. So when you're navigating inside the operating system or in File Explorer, you may notice that the right-click menu has been changed quite a bit. So when you right-click a file, you'll notice that the cut, copy, paste, rename, and delete icons or words have all been replaced with icons here. And these icons will appear at the top of the menu or the bottom of the menu, depending on exactly where you click on the screen. They just want these icons to be as close to your mouse pointer as possible. So let's see if I can get them at the top. I can't get them at the top. So you'll have to get used to these icons being here, and it has compressed the right-click menu a little bit and organized things a little bit better. If you do want to see the more traditional right-click menu, you click Show More Options, and there's what it looked like before. So I personally like the new right-click menu quite a bit. Further to File Explorer, when you're in File Explorer, you'll notice now that it comes with tabs. So you can now have a couple of things open at the same time. So I don't think I have access to any of this stuff, but I can have the W drive open here. I can add another tab and open the G drive if I needed to. So you do have the tab options. And the same icons are now here in File Explorer. So your cut, copy, that's paste, rename. This is a share button, and the delete button are all icons now, not words. You'll also find a few more items in the ... menu here, as well as you can change your view to show the larger icons or the details, whichever you prefer. All right, so that's it for kind of the basic look and feel of Windows 11. Hopefully it's not too big of an adjustment for anybody, but there may be some quirks and features you find down the road. So the next big change is we're replacing Microsoft Office 2019 with what is now called Microsoft 365 Apps for Enterprise. So it's a mouthful to replace the simple word of Office, but I'm going to go through some of the changes there now. I'll start with Outlook. So as you can see, it says Microsoft 365 there. And the first time you open Outlook, you may see some pop-ups like you see here, just giving you a little bit of a training session on the new version of Outlook. It may also open up with the ribbon minimized here to give you a little bit of a cleaner look and access to the most used buttons. But if you ever need to access the more traditional menu, you can click that arrow there. There's a warning about the meeting I'm in right now. So some of the layout changes in Outlook and new features that I'll go over are the search bar. The search menu is now at the top and it can't be moved. It used to be kind of more in the middle of the screen and you did have an option to move it, but it cannot be moved anymore. You can still use it to search the same way. Make sure to choose which folder you want to search on the left-hand side here. When you make a new email, there are some new features like the editor, which will help you correct spelling, grammar, and make some refinements to your writing style. Your signatures should now be roaming. I don't have a good example here, but you may be used to maintaining different signatures in Outlook on your desktop, Outlook on your WCB iPhone, and Outlook on the web. But all three of those places should now use the same signatures. So it's called signature roaming. One of the features we're most excited about is the dictate feature. which is available in Outlook and Word. So let me bring up a different Outlook here. And start a new email. And we can turn on the dictate feature and just speak with our voice and start typing an email. Bob WorkSafe. Hello, Bob. Welcome to Windows 11. So just using that dictate button, we can save our fingers and our wrists from typing. So go ahead and explore that feature. All right, and the one other feature that I do want to show you is the new meeting invite layout. So when you create a new meeting, even a Teams meeting, the title is now the first box, whereas in the old version of Office or Outlook, it was the participants that you had to add in the first line. So this is a little bit of a change. It does make more sense. Same way you give your email a subject before you start typing the body, you do give the title here. And then you can add your people and add optional people. We'll leave that blank. One other thing is the room finder is quite a bit different. So if you do use the room finder, please pay attention to this little part here. There's this drop-down box here for the different buildings we have at WCB, but for some reason in this new version of Office, you have to type the city in before you get any results in here. So if you're looking for a Regina meeting room or touchdown space, type Regina. If you're looking for a Saskatoon touchdown space, type Saskatoon. And then the rooms will be displayed here. And if you're looking for an Ag Place, you can choose Ag Place as well. We're not sure if Microsoft is going to fix this, but this is how it works right now. So please keep this part in mind. All right, that's it for Outlook. I'm going to jump into Microsoft Word and show you some stuff in there. Make that bigger. So as you can see here, if you are a person who uses the happy face icon or the lock icon when you're working with SmartMasters or other similar documents, those buttons should migrate. They still work. And SmartMasters, Image Viewer, WISP have all been tested, and they all work with the new Microsoft Word. So you can see the imaging add-in is still here. All that should come over for you. If you go to the file menu here, you'll notice recent pinned and shared documents will appear here. If you go to open, you can see a lot more recent documents sorted by age, and you can search them here as well. I use this feature a lot to find some document that I opened weeks ago. Again, the editor exists here. So I think we have to unlock this for editor to work. So editor can work here, and it will make some suggestions about your writing style. Didn't make any for this document. You can also use the dictate to dictate into your Word documents. So I know some departments who do a lot of dictation or do a lot of typing of these letters, they may want to play around with this dictate feature. I'm not going to show you that because it looks exactly like it did in Outlook. All right, next up is PowerPoint. So again, PowerPoint looks very similar to all of the other applications. One thing that we found pretty interesting is the designer feature here. So this is automatically adds some style and layout to your presentations. And the other thing we noticed was the duplicate slide button has been removed here. So you can just right click a slide and go duplicate slide there. We didn't notice any other major features in PowerPoint, but the dictate feature is here as well. And then Microsoft Excel, it looks very similar. We haven't noticed anything major, but there are new formulas that are available in this new version of Excel. So there is a link in the PowerPoint that we'll send out to you that includes some information about some of the new formulas that are available. But in general, it looks the same to us. I didn't see any major new buttons. There is no dictate feature in Excel because it's probably pretty hard to dictate formulas and numbers and stuff like that. So that is really the presentation. I know that was really quick and light, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect when Windows 11 is installed on your computer.